Instagram doing that have all that angle and everything for you. Get you a link to a bunch, like a couple different drills. I'll give you something to do today, but like there'll be things that can, a couple different drills. Because usually, if you just give like one thing, it can be hard to.
Right.
Sometimes some drills are better for some people.
Right.
They just adapt better. Did you get fit for this club? Or did you get fit for this club? Just pick it up? Because dude, a 105 swing speed, club speed on that swing is like the edge of an extra stiff shaft. So this doesn't feel extra stiff. But that's where that swing speed's at 105 with that club head speed. That was quick. That's why.
Well, that's what I said. 105 is normally not my swing speed.
Okay, that'll have a lot to do with like launch angles and spin, and that right there will kill your club. That right there will kill your ball distance.
Yeah, I play with tee heights.
Okay.
You know, because I'm, like I said, for the driver, they tell you got to hit up on it.
Yeah.
So, but that's where I get, I don't know if it's stuck, but.
I'm just gonna film a couple on my phone. So I'll use the iPad, but like the phone cameras are better than the iPad camera. My iPad's basic and my phone's like a plus or whatever, so it's got very nice cameras in it. So the slow mo doesn't blur; it's way nicer.
Right.
So I'll transfer those videos over, but I'm just gonna watch a couple times here, just because you're like Frank, you're knowledgeable about golf. Like I have a lot of people that I've worked with that are like they're like I don't know inside path or like swinging up on a ball. They have no idea about any of that, right? So they just they're just getting fed in some info. We gotta tell Frank to get an auto tee in here.
Well,
he's got everything else.
we talked about it the other day.
Did you really? That's so funny.
Well, they've got the company that makes one where it hooks to a sandbag.
Okay.
So it's got a tether on it, so you don't have to go chase it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like I said, I can't feel the plug head. And I play around with, people talked about, skipping a rock.
Yep.
I think for me is, and when I watch Frank swing, like this foot, I mean, it spins way out. Like I can't keep it locked when I'm trying to hit it hard.
Okay.
So my whole body ends up like this.
Right.
Both my feet.
Yeah, I was thinking a couple of these.
But it doesn't do that with the irons, and I think it's because I'm more centered over it. I mean, I hit my 3-wood farther than my driver. Help I'm stiff from yesterday. Yeah, that's mid-90s is usually my top.
Okay. I would still say even with mid-90s, so if you ever are interested in getting clubs, like I can also help you get the numbers. Like you don't have to go into some sales pitch spot rather than that. Like I can get you on track with numbers. So like when we're talking spin rates with the back spin rates with a driver, like we're trying to be probably at right about 2,200. Right. Anything and a lot of that will play with like angle of attack that you're coming in at, and your shaft and the head. There's a bunch of different things that'll play into that as factor into that.
Right. Well, this driver, actually, adjusted it yesterday. I used to play it 1 degree
Okay,
down
okay.
with a draw set.
Loft it down, draw setting, okay?
Yeah. My spin rate used to be mid-2000s.
Okay. Feel like you're getting more distance out of it?
But I changed it yesterday, just to go back to square one.
Okay.
To see, I mean, I don't know if I wasn't getting any more distance, I don't think I was getting any more speed.
No?
I wasn't getting any more distance or speed with that setting,
Okay.
but I think in my head, I just adjusted my swing because now I know it's
Gotcha.
neutral.
Well, we'll take a look at all that, man. We'll get you squared away. I was telling Frank the other day, he was like, I was texting him about, I was like, hey, how's that swing? How's that drill coming along? How's that backswing? And he's like, thanks for checking in. I was like, no, I have a weird thing, I don't know, just like internally, it will just slowly bother me that there's a problem that I just can't get to the bottom of.
Yeah.
And I just don't know, it's probably why I'm a science teacher. It's because I'm just like, we have to figure out the answer. And sometimes it can be a little much, but like, I don't know. I will make sure that we get this fixed, 'cause it's gonna bother me. Especially if my name's attached to it. Like, yeah, this guy's helping me. Like, no, we're fixing it right now.
I mean, I play with ball position, I mean,
Yeah.
when I feel like I'm hitting good, I feel like I'm hitting down on the driver.
Okay. Well, that will cause a lot of
But-
pop up, a lot of spin, but we
Yeah.
can.
But then I play a lower tee when I do that,
Oh, yeah.
so, I don't know.
The ball will come out a little lower, but if you have a lot of backspin, coming out low with a lot of backspin will help it travel better, like this physics wise. Let me see if I get this video side by side. Let's see. Right here. Video.
Like I said, I've tried all kinds of different drivers.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna.
So I know it's not the club,
No,
unless
it's-
they're all set up the same.
They, when I used to work at Golf Tech, my manager there, he'd been doing it for a really long time, so he had a lot of good little one-liners and things that he'd talk to people. And to be honest with you, I was the same way. I hit irons really, really well, and then I was terrible with the driver. I couldn't get off the tee box to save my life. And then when I took that job, I got to work on my game every day.
Right.
Okay, I'm learning golf, and I'm practicing golf, and it was like my handicap was. I was like, wow. I'm like, it's so crazy that all I had to do was get off the tee box better, and the whole game kind of changed for me, right?
Well,
But,
that's what Frank and I were talking about last night is, I mean, I'm pretty good with the irons,
Yep.
accuracy and length. What kills me is I can only hit my driver 200 yards.
Well, that's so. I was teeing off with iron, like 5-iron, 4-iron, or I was hitting hybrid to try to just poke out there as long as I can drive. I wasn't playing. When I played with my buddies and stuff, we never play super far back.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I can survive hitting good hybrids, but if you have a bad hole, like you're way short, and then the game's not fun. And then it's like, okay, maybe I'm on 2, and then it's like, okay, I'm scrambling. It's like, okay, I'm not going to score while doing that.
Right.
So I'll try not to hit you with too much information.
Mhm.
Let me decide. Oh, the video's still uploading. I don't think I have to be on the internet for this. I think Frank gave me his Wi-Fi last time. I thought he did. Does he have Wi-Fi around here somewhere?
He does, but I don't know any of the passwords.
Yeah, I thought he had it on there. Did he talk to you about playing some golf with us in the spring? In our MGA league? Do you live right this way?
He mentioned it.
I just happened to see his scorecards, and I'm like, oh yeah, I think he shot his best round ever at
My Brad Chopin.
yeah, well, that's my
shot
favorite. That's my
right
favorite
there
trophy.
with
It's so
the
awesome.
boobs.
So I think his best round was at Sycamore Hills that day.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
83?
83.
There's no need for me to remember your best rounds, but for some reason it's in there. I don't know why.
Just like-
I don't know
just
why.
stick.
Dude, is there? I don't think I need Wi-Fi for this program to run these 2 swings. To run these 2 videos. Do you have Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
I assume you did. Yeah.
Yeah,
all this up
just
here.
go into your settings.
I thought it said it last time I was here, but it says it's still searching for it, so I'm not sure.
Should be GigNet.
Probably should have been able to guess that. Do you have like a password you want?
COLE 2001. I don't think it's caps, it should work.
Alright, dude, you're the man, dude. Thank you
Alright,
for that. That
cool.
saved me a ton of work. Alright, now I got access to everything. I thought I was gonna have to do it when I just downloaded it to bring here, but this is great. Let's go here and turn this down. Alright, so, put these on. Alright, so we'll put you next to Rory here real quick. And I won't record anything right now because it won't sound good. I'll do all that at home.
Right.
So we'll take you to the top of the swing now. If we go through all of it, we'll kind of take you back. You're a little sweepy on the inside.
Right.
So you get, the hands get in, the club gets in behind you pretty quick.
Yeah.
If you check out Rory there, that club's gonna raise up pretty much right over top. His hands gonna be just on the inside of him where you're gonna be sweeping. I don't mind that, because by the time he's at the top, like you'll see Rory gets his hands here. Shoot better. Rory gets here, and you have. And you'll see like he's gonna be back with that heel. Well, you're gonna be in a really good spot too. Like you have good turn, which is the first thing you want to make sure you're doing the driver is like, am I turning properly? Your club's way back there. It'll be a better video when I use my iPad video, but you've got tons of chest turn. You're probably at 100 degrees, probably close to 100 degrees. Tour average with like a 7 iron is about 88 degrees. So like when they crank, you'll see some of those guys turn 115 degrees. So you have a great turn. But on the way down, let me get these lines off here real quick. On the way down, you're gonna see Rory. We'll go through position here. So position us 5 here with the arms parallel to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And you're seeing this club back here through his bicep, that trail bicep. You're gonna start to have that club come down. You're gonna see his first move be that left shoulder kind of drop down and in.
Yep.
And that club gets up over your shoulder there when your arm is parallel.
Mm-hmm.
Notice how it looks like he's almost backwards to his target still,
Yeah.
and you're starting to open up a little bit.
Yeah.
So by the time he gets down to club parallel to the ground, that club's in behind his hands, down back below his swing plate line. I probably should have put that there to begin with.
No, I got you.
Yeah, so you're knowledgeable, so you know that like he's coming down, dropping him back behind here on that line from the inside, hitting that ball, hitting that draw. Like as amateurs, we want to hit draws,
Right.
especially off the tee box.
Right.
And so you see he's hitting that ball absolutely right there, and so if I put you back at his lower starting spot here, get that line. Like you're inside that line, where the takeaway is usually on top of it, then you're gonna chop down just over top of that. And so your club parallel's just on top, put your hands all right there, just a little steep over top.
Right.
And then by the time we get to the ball, notice how your club face is, I don't know if you see here, this camera's not great on this thing, but
Wide
your club
open.
face is wide open here, yep. And so then you come in here, and then to get that club face to square is that big turn with your upper body. That left shoulder disappears off our screen. Your
Right.
left arm is gone. Your hips are kind of already outright, like they're gone that way at impact. And you'll see when he gets down, when he's down here at impact, his left shoulder won't be as gone. That left arm will be still out in front, just a touch right there. His hips, now tour pro hips, yes, they're gonna be cleared and wide open.
Right.
We typically don't wanna be in a tour player position because we're not as good as they are.
Right.
So like, we try to stay inside of that a little bit to hit draws. So your big thing is just on that downswing, you have that left shoulder, take it over.
Right.
So we're gonna start anywhere, like, yeah, we can tweak the club face, we'll look at your grip too for your elbows and see what's going on. I didn't take a video from the front side,
Right.
but that move over the top where it's gonna be more of a backward shoulder tilt and the hands coming down. So there's a couple drills that I have that we can,
What are you looking for?
I forgot my pool noodle. You have pool noodle?
Yeah,
I thought
Well, kind of.
you said you had one
it's
here.
over there. It's not a pool noodle, but it's like an exercise.
That's fine. Yeah, he's not gonna be hitting it, so it's not gonna matter. I just need it in his way. Okay. Who else forgetting something today?
Got all the tools, bro.
I know you got everything.
I don't know how to use some of them, but I got them all.
That's why I knew you had him. I'm like, he's got a pool noodle around here.
Yeah.
He said he's got something.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll take it with this real quick, and I'll take it with mine. before we put any objects in your way, before we even worry about any of that, I'm gonna have you make a couple swings, no ball, but I want you just to have a thought in your head.
Okay.
So grab a driver, yeah, don't put anything in front of you, we'll get a ball there eventually.
Right.
So I want you to take your normal backswing, don't worry about doing anything different. I don't want you to worry about turning your body differently, none of that matters. The only thought I want you to have is in your downswing, I want you to feel like your trail hand, your right hand, is coming down like you're almost trying to put it right next to your pocket. Like it's gonna be right, like you're trying to almost brush your back leg with that hand on the way down. Give me 1 second here to get your first couple swings doing that. Just keep going ahead and keep ripping that, yep. Nice and smooth, nice and slow so you can feel that hand coming down. Yep, a little more down for me. Beautiful. Feel the hand going straight down. Yep, trying to get him a little closer to that leg, slow that drill down just a little bit. Nice and slow, really drop those hands right down. Yes. Okay, do that a couple more times. I'm gonna take a look at that video. That last one was really solid. And that's gonna happen probably.
Yeah, when like I said, I used to, for a while I was using the skipping a stone
Yep.
thought. What happened, I hit back there.
Keep making that exact same swing. Do you feel like those hands nice and smooth like that? We're not worried about speed. None of that matters at the moment, or it's just gonna get crappy. Yep, feel like you're just dropping those hands right into that back pocket. And then, yeah, you're gonna probably dump the club head because your wrists are gonna be like, what the hell's going on here? Everything's gonna be off. So, okay. So, I can show you this right here because you did it about 5 times now. So, especially that last one. So this will be nice and slow. But if you watch this last one here. Did I get it? Yeah. Oh, of course. It's sped up right there again. They did change some of their settings here. I don't know what's going on with the new iPad update. Okay, here's a good one. So you're back in your normal spot. Now watch those hands come down. That club's down through your shoulder just a little bit lower. We start to come down. That club now stays back behind our hands, not over the top. And we can get into this. Now your face is open because you're used to turning your body way faster. See, I can see your left hand still right there now. It's not gone. So the first thing is just getting that motion of feeling like your hands are dropping down. Your elbow stays nice and inside, and that swing is now coming from the inside. If we were to, I don't have my app open. If I draw that line though, now that club is back in behind there. So now we're like, okay, now we have the path we want. None of the other stuff really matters. If we fix your wrist for the path you had, it didn't make a difference. Like you're just gonna be in a bad spot.
Right.
So that drill of just, and I like to use that. I have the same problem you do. Right? I chase the ball really fast and then I slice it. So I have to tell myself, hey, I'm in my pocket. I'm right here on the way down because I don't want my hands out here. I want them to be close so I can keep that from the inside. Second thing. I don't even need that. That's kind of too big a bulk. I can use my club because you're not going to hit anything. Go ahead and just to get over here, take a couple practice swings. So a lot of this will come from our shoulder tilt too, right? So if we're here, we make that backswing, and then we don't adjust the shoulders to get our hands to come down, and we stay up, the turn takes over. The turn gets our hands working outside.
Right.
Now we're open. Now we're across the ball.
Right.
Now you're steep, so your spin gets way crazy.
Right.
Ball's fading. It's miserable. So we want to make sure that when we make this big turn, thank God you've already got the turn, which is usually the first thing that you teach, which is great that you don't have that problem. So now we have to get the tilting, and you're starting to do it with your hands coming down, but you will drop that club more in the slot with the shoulder tilt. So as you come back, we're going to start to feel like this lead shoulder is going to almost, I'm going to put this out in front of you here, on your shoulder, on your left shoulder, and your job is to feel like you're staying back and underneath it. And that's going to drop that trail shoulder in. Now you can do this all day with a club or a alignment rod, and you can practice just down here and then transitioning to being very tilted here. Most people don't ever tilt to their downswing properly, so it'll feel very exaggerated. Right. And you can just work on that. Okay, I'm back here. My hands are coming down, and I'm tilting that shoulder, like over-exaggerate this feel. And that's just a way to work on something about hitting the ball. Real big on you doing things that don't involve golf ball. Right. Because the more you're swinging, the more it's going worse, the faster you're going to jump into an old habit and go, I got to hit a fairway.
Right.
I gotta study this game.
Right.
So like if you can just, okay, you're watching TV, sitting around every night, you're going, okay, I know my problem is shoulder tilt in my hands, okay, well I need to make sure this is my downswing. Drop that shoulder. Like that is the thought you want, and then you don't have to take golf balls and piss off.
Right.
Or out. Go ahead and take some swings here. We're gonna feel, I'm just gonna keep this here. Your job is to feel like you're standing back behind this golf club. Yeah, dude. Yes, you are gonna pick up so much speed with, I didn't feel like you were swinging very hard at all.
I didn't, it was slow.
You could hear it. That club was cruising. Because you're on a way better path. You don't have to work. Your body and hips are leading. Yeah, you and Frank have great hip motion. I don't know, did you guys play sports growing up? Yeah. With your lower body, does this beautifully. Most people fall back, they don't move, they sway, they're terrible. Your hip motion is great. This motion in your downswing is the best thing you can be doing. It's the number one thing we teach. Like all teachers should be teaching first. So that's great. And when the hip gets out of the way, the shoulder can drop in, and you can swing from the inside and feel like your hands are in your pocket. Dude, hit a golf ball. That's so good. That's so smooth and good. Don't change any speed. Don't even worry about the golf ball. Let it just get in your way. That looks so much better. Good Lord. Nice and easy. The golf ball is just there. You know what? I'm gonna do what we used to do on the flip side. Hit that. Try to hit that tee. Hit that orange tee like it's golf. Give me a second to get a video here. But yeah, just hit that. You're thinking about that shoulder tilt and those hands nice and low. That orange tee's just in your way. See how we did.
Record that.
It's all right. You chased it just a little bit over the top. The left shoulder stayed pretty flat. That's not too. Yeah, go ahead and do one more. Nice and smooth. Okay. Line up real quick like you're going to hit a ball. Something I should get. I should start here. The motion is going to be easy. All right, let's see. Okay. Big thing in swinging with the driver. Now, when I hold my driver close to an iron, I feel like I'm holding the club. Like I'm swinging two different. Like I'm not playing the same game.
Yeah, right.
But line up here. So when this elbow starts to get out, and your hands start to roll like this just a little bit. And there's this trail elbow. So I'm here. My trail elbow gets out like this. When I take that swing and I come down, I can only start to maneuver across the ball. So if I can spin that backhand underneath and get that trail elbow in,
Right.
and I can line up, it's going to feel almost like the club, the hands on the bottom of the club.
Right.
Top hand's going to feel almost over the top. This is also going to help close that club face, strengthen that, we call it strengthen the grip. And now when you come in, this is that skipping the stone idea. Is now that I'm back here, my elbow's down and in. Now in my downswing, I can get here instead of here. I can get in, and I can release from the inside, as opposed to having here, my anatomy wants to go this across it. So go ahead and line up there. Feel like you really drop that hand underneath that hand's gonna be a little more over the top, definitely for a draw face setting. Couple of soft swings doing that. I'll get on my phone real quick. Sound really good. This could also, can be part of the reason why you'll be hitting that ground a little early. Give me a couple more of those. Nice and smooth. Make sure the hands feel like they're dropping down. Hands get down just a little bit there.
Feel like you have any control over the club.
Yeah, that's what you were saying is, it was funny because it's the same thing I say about drivers. I can't feel the club, right? I like to have that weight in my hands where I can, not that I'm trying to direct it, but I know where it's headed. I know where the mistake is. Like, oh, I felt like I felt like I threw it to the ground, or I felt like it was way outside. And then I'm gonna need another, why? Because you're taking some practice swings. So this is a good head cover for this. Ooh, nice. That's nice. Is this your bag?
Yeah.
Okay, where would I guess the tee would be somewhere in the middle there.
Yep.
Doing this. Go ahead and line up. So it'd be just inside your club a little bit. Kind of close here, and the goal is that you just want to feel like you're swinging out and around that head cover. And do it like this, just a little bit more, trap it just a little bit more. So your goal is to feel like you're hitting a ball out to right field around that head cover. Whew. Then again, that's a little slower. That sounded like it was whipping. Oh yeah. Get that feel there. That is great. That was pretty sweet. Keep that head cover there, keep going, a couple more for me. And these are, you are putting that club that was a really good one there at the end too. He was, let's see if I can get that slow down all the way through. Perfect, I'll show you here. So you'll see here, let's see, is it the last one? There's a couple on here that I got. But that club head forces those hands to come down pretty quick. And now your club will stay back in behind your hands again into that ball. The club face is open, we're gonna have to work on that, but that club face comes in, out and around and hits that draw, releases that club up right through the middle of your left arm out through there, which is like, it's right where you want the club to
Yeah.
come through.
Go back and look, it's almost like my right hand isn't even on the club when it's coming through it. Like it's in my fingertips.
Back right hand.
Yeah, my right hand, so it's not even.
Trying to think down, 'cause I'm a lefty, so I'm trying to read it like that. Does it feel like you're letting go of it?
Kinda. Like my arm won't. Just feels weird.
Yeah, I was looking at it from the front too. Go ahead and grab that front one more time. Yeah, so to aid this just a little bit, the top hand's gonna turn. It's gonna feel it's gonna feel very much in your fingers here, like through your pinky, probably right through your pinky there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna feel over the top. This is gonna feel like everything. It'll almost, what it'll start to do is when that, so just so you know this about grip, just because you should just know, as your hands start to turn over and that hand feels more comfortable open towards the target, and that top hand comes over, you'll see my shoulders want to start to follow my hands,
Right.
and it'll start to do this. Well, this is going to start to open me up, right? So if I
Right.
can turn that hand over, which feels more comfortable if I'm not like this, I'll start to do this, and this hand will get underneath. I'm starting to almost feel like I'm back behind everything.
Right.
Now for me, you don't have an issue turning, so I don't have to set you up to cheat that turn, whereas a lot of people don't turn very well, so they stay behind everything like this. But just pay attention to your hand. It's something to, you start to play with it, but rolling that top hand almost on top a little bit more, that bottom hand more underneath will start to keep everything closing behind the ball.
Yeah. I think, and my brother and I talk about this all the time. When I look down at the club, aligning the club what looks square,
Yeah.
he says isn't square.
So typically what looks square, or typically what is square looks extremely close to most people. And they're gonna be like, oh my god, the ball looks like it's going.
See, like, I try and I don't know if I need to, but I try and align the back of my hand with the club. So
Okay, so if you were gonna set up square there,
that's square to me.
that's probably 2 degrees open, which is like preferred, right? Square to slightly open is what we want. Because we want that ball, ideally, amateurs again, we don't have the spin and speed pros do, so we want draws. We hit them farther, we control them better. So if you're sitting there and your club is 2 degrees open when you get set up, which looks probably pretty square, because it's 2 degrees,
Right.
you know, when you hit that ball, if you can come back in the same spot, you're 2-3 degrees open, the ball's gonna start out to the right, and you're gonna pull it back, draw it back in, especially because you're already from the inside. But with a driver, you probably leave it more open because the face is more flat and it looks better that way for you, but it's probably open too. Well, could be you play pull, you're playing whole face, and it looks like, well, that's because you're coming across and squaring it, we already saw that, right? The
Right.
face is open, so you're just going, oh shit,
Right.
fixing it, and then it's going, okay, well, I came from the outside, but I'm in here and I'm going back, and that's a
Right.
distance killer for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Line up with the driver, see how square it looks. Yeah, like they get a nice, like the separator in the bag, all the
Yeah, I just
holes.
bought that last month.
Oh, really? It's super nice, dude.
I have, the first golf bag I ever bought, new.
Yeah.
I was always a $25 marketplace guy.
Yeah, dude, it's a golf bag, it's just getting beat up in the back of a cart, right?
Right.
Yeah, I didn't buy anything on golf until I started working at a golf store and actually got a discount. I'm like, oh, okay, now I can afford golf stuff.
But yeah, so typically when I take my grip, I lay it flat and I put my hand on top of
Okay,
my driver.
okay.
But then it looks like it's pointing that way.
Go ahead, line up and let me see what you think. So what do you think is square, like what you think is closed or crazy right now?
That looks close to me,
It couldn't be more square. It's so straight.
really.
Yes. It's right down the target line. It's right on it.
Because usually what I'll do is I'll get in here and then
Yeah.
I let go, then I let it flop back over here.
Well, so if you, so
when I
if you
set
just
up
let it, if you
that-
let it just like set here, like this, and just like let it set, like that is square. Now, if you were gonna grab the club and like put your wrist on the club and leave the club here, get set
Well,
up.
see, then I would do this.
Yeah, a little bit back behind you a little bit more, like that, help you hit up on it.
And I think, with my irons, maybe because they're shorter, I feel like
Press the hands a little bit.
the club, with my irons, my hand's set up on my left.
Yes,
With my driver, I set it up in the middle.
centered. Yeah. So your irons would be like off your lead thigh,
Yeah.
and then that driver, and that's due to the bend in that club, right? That seven iron is nice and closed. So if I do this back here in the center, look how close the face
Yeah.
is, right? So I have to
Right.
get there so I can get that forward shaft lean. We
Right.
don't want forward shaft as the driver.
I know.
We want to be coming down square, so we put everything back, the face is more open, bring that club back inside, maybe even backward a little bit. For me especially, because I have trouble hitting up, so I like to put the ball very far forward, off my front heel, off the inside of my foot. I play back behind the ball, I can drop my foot, but I don't turn very well. And then I play back here,
Right.
which is weird for me because my lines look like this, so everything looks very closed,
Yeah.
and it's just unfortunately I'm wrong and everything else is right, and so my brain
Yeah.
has to fix that and be like, hey, you think you're closed and you're gonna hit this big pull to the right,
Yeah.
and then I somehow now I worked on it for a year,
Right.
can hit I want to get a tight draw, tight fade off the box instead of these like. But then my mind has to get used to that, right? I have to be able to see that line and go, no, this is right. It feels wrong, but it's right, and that's hard.
Yeah. And I play with ball position.
Yep. For amateurs, forward is usually better because most people don't hit up.
Right.
But because you're steep, with that chase, if you move it forward, you just get under it more and more and more. So
Right.
moving it back allows you to get that contact better.
Right.
But it's also still on a downward angle, so when it gets high, spin gets out of control, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, try to hit a ball. I'm gonna put this club head cover up in front of you. So the first thing, I know we just covered a ton of golf info, which is not necessary for one single lesson.
Right.
But the first thing that you should be looking at is that shoulder tilt and that swing. That's where I would start all of my work. Play with your grip, play with your ball position. I recommend a stronger grip and I recommend the ball forward for amateurs always, but that's personal. Like some people just don't feel comfortable holding a certain way, whatever.
Right.
That if you can make good square contact with a good path, who am I to change your grip?
Right.
If the club face is square the way you want it in your direction. But the first thing we'll go through, I'll get this drill going here even more for you, is feeling like, hey, my hands are here, and to do that, I don't want to be standing up. I want to drive my shoulder, the hands down, and then you can release from there. So if you take that club up, yep, and then feel like you're pumping that elbow down. There's that tilt. That tilt's beautiful. Now, you can just let that thing rip from the inside. You can let those elbows come undone. You can power through. Yeah. You get this going. Now you have control. Now wrist, face. Now you get that back under control. You're gonna hit some really bad golf balls. Hopefully, how often do you swing? You come over here a lot.
Once a week. Actually play again on Wednesday.
Okay. So yeah, if you're swinging, we're in March. You know the season's.
Yeah, I just feel like this hand is just.
Well, if that hand's underneath, make sure to turn that top hand on top, or it's gonna feel very awkward. Which I know feels crazy for you. So you're like, there's no way I'm gonna hit a golf ball doing this.
Yeah, because my shoulder's tight.
Yeah. Well, because you're starting to you're rolling this and starting to pull on that. God, let's see.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called right now. That's beautiful. Let me see a couple from the front here too. Yeah, this is, man. This looks, so this position here, this tilt is great. So club comes up. Now you should be, where I'm at, your ball will be way forward right off the toe. I have no problem with that, if that's where we're at. Because if you watch what happens here, looks great. Then that crunch comes in. Now this tilt, I wish I would have got some videos of you from the front earlier, because that tilt was, I promise you that tilt was not there. Like your shoulders were not like that. They were very flat, I know for a fact. Now that club gets in, that wrist hinge is awesome, that lead arm is nice and straight. Like that position looks sweet, dude. Where's my video? Why did I freeze like that? Come in, now you get in here. That club at parallel is awesome. And now, your release, but your low point is way forward there, right? Like that club gets flat, way up there somewhere. So that ball is gonna have to be forward. Probably, you might have to mess with that a little bit. It's probably gonna be more forward than what you're used to.
Yeah, because I'm thinking it's further back.
Well,
It feels like it's further back. You know what I mean?
yeah, so go ahead and line up where you, like, what would feel normal to you. Like, what would feel like a normal ball position. Okay, so that's just inside that lead heel. So if you were, so what I want you to do is feel like you're going that way. Like that tee's gonna get farther in front of you. So back up a little bit. Yeah. Now how far does that feel way in front of you?
Yeah.
It's not that far. It's like right here. It's not that far. Here, try to hit a ball. Nice and smooth. You're not trying to power it out there or anything crazy. Make sure those hands don't get far forward or whatever. Feel they're nice and centered. Drop that elbow in. Nice and smooth. I mean, obviously, it sounds like you might have dumped it in the ground a little early.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll
Is that where the ball felt like it hit?
yeah, I can see it right there on the screen.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I forgot he's got that. That's really nice. Go ahead and line up another one there. Until you're in your normal position, then we'll try to scoot it back a little bit off, a little more forward off the foot. That ball position looks great. Shoulders look really good right there. Grip looks fantastic. Boom. Turn. That.
That's one very hard. What I'm looking for is when I come out here, yeah, you'd have to, I know it's probably not something you wanna do, but he videos every round that we play.
Oh, okay, right on.
So it's on YouTube.
Oh, really?
He's got a channel.
He might have told me that already.
Yeah, he's got a channel, so when I play, I'm all wore out because I'm swinging out of my frickin' ass with this.
Yeah, dude.
And it still don't go anywhere.
Trying to hammer it. Honestly, I think you could also benefit from a stiffer, heavier shaft. Like in the world of drivers, Stiffer and heavier is usually, and you're also choked down quite a bit too. Is there a reason, do you normally choke down that far?
No,
That's about it.
that's about where you normally put it. See that right there looks to me like that club face is pointed way over there, into that corner.
Go ahead and line up and tell me what it feels when it feels like that again. Give me, let me know when you feel like you're way off in the corner.
Well, because my hand want to bring the club back.
Yeah, so set the club on the ground and let that club just kind of rest there, like behind the ball. Yeah, just let that club just relax. Just like that, let it lean back just a little bit, just like that. And take that grip where it feels like you're kind of way back behind everything. You don't have to lean probably that much because you have good turns, but that feels like it's very close to you.
No. That's not
It doesn't look very bad at all. Hold that just a little inside. So a drill that you can do if you're hitting balls and you don't have anyone to hold stuff for you, I'll give you a good. I'll just make Frank hold the stuff. I'll just make Frank hold all the stuff for me. That's what I would do.
Am I doing?
When he needs someone to hold a foam noodle. So just make Frank hold it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you some drills that you don't need Frank, but I just make Frank hold everything. Just make him go to work.
Better work on those other drills.
Yeah. Start putting those ones there. Yeah, probably right there. Okay, this is a good one when you don't have anyone around. To just remember to swing out around that. Because you don't have anything, you don't have Frank there to put a noodle or anything in your way, but your job is to miss that. Your only goal is to miss that head cover. Better. Okay, we just hit a draw. Perfect.
Dang!
We're back.
No, no.
We're back. Yes.
It's funny, we had a guy over yesterday, he said when he swings, what he tries to do is finish at that top right corner of that Raul.
Oh, I
He
guess
tries
it's.
to finish at, this hitting turf right there. He
Oh,
tries
like
to
he's
finish
trying to
at that corner.
hit that through that corner.
Yeah, which is that drill.
Does he hit to draw?
He's trying to.
Yeah.
But
That's
he wasn't at the time, but it's kind of the same thing, like.
Well, if he's chasing down over that corner,
Yeah.
he could be in trouble. But yeah, miss that again. That looks really good. Might have pulled it a little bit. Just a touch. Did you ground the ball a little bit, or call a little early?
Yeah, he did. He hit behind it.
I hit the ground that time.
That might be your farthest one I've seen so far, and you hit the ground, so that's a good sign.
Wondered if it-
And that wasn't like a wildly crazy ass, fucking hard ass swing either.
No, close was 93.
Yeah.
He had one earlier at 105. I'm like, dude, that's an extra stiff shaft, and you're not using that. Like, he needs a heavier, stiffer shaft, 100%.
What's
He's swinging mid, it's like 59.
You're swinging mid-90s, are you there, big fella? Yesterday he couldn't get over like 85, and he was
Oh, he
complaining
was
about
swinging
it.
like, he was swinging mid 90s, and one was at like 104.7. Like, dude.
I don't know.
Well, that's where a lot of backspin can come from. Your backspin numbers are already, I know you grounded that one, but they've been lower for about 3 swings now. Swing around that head cover. Maybe a little quick, let me see.
Hit the head cover too.
Yep. No, I'm gonna just walk you through. Take that backswing for me. Because that one was perfect. Boom. Now you get around the head cover. Your shoulders were getting real flat again. You were chasing that thing over the top. Right. Like make sure that shoulder tilt on the downswing is there. Yeah. Drop that. Feel like that hands are going into the pocket. That elbow's right inside your hip, right tight there. Get that shoulder tilt. All right, that's totally fine. Oh, you got an impact bag? I got drills with impact bags we can do. I got so many. I figured all this stuff here, dude. One over here is great, Frank. You got everything.
I bought that for frustration.
That's nothing wrong with that either. Nice inside. Okay, return that way.
220 carry.
Yes. Grounded a little bit, but the spin's way down.
Grounded a bunch.
Yep.
started doing, he's had me, like that back shoulder is choking up a little bit on the club, so it shortens it up a little bit.
He chokes up
Oh,
too.
okay.
That's one of the things I asked him, you guys think you're choking up. Do I have to square up there? It's good.
I know it feels like your face is closing with those hands back just a little bit. There you go.
Turn. Oh, I thought for sure that's
I
turned.
did
213 carry. Okay, well your carry's getting better. It's, from when I walked in, it's probably about 20 yards farther right now. Granted, we were down the fairway with pull pins every time, but. One second here. Ooh, a little bit of a push.
Just a little healing.
Yep. Okay, so when you get it, when Frank can, or if you have the ability to, well, I'll use this foam noodle for this right now. You don't want to hit anything hard. If you have like you have alignment rods.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stick them in the ground, do this drill too. I went out and bought like a real small pool noodle from Dollar General.
Right.
It's like $2, $1.49 or whatever. I put them on the end of my alignment rod. I just don't like hitting my alignment rods.
Right.
I don't want to buy $15 alignment rods. I'd rather buy a new pool noodle for breaking it. Go ahead and line up here though. So this would be a good drill for your hand path. So we talked about this being your thought.
Right.
If you're struggling with it a little bit. So a good drill for that. Especially when you're trying to swing around that, you lose the idea of your hands. So
Right.
if you have an alignment rod, you can put it on there, but the idea is that we want to keep your hands close. So go ahead and line up. And your hands are right there. So what we want to do is we want to have a pool noodle like this. And the idea is that when you take the club back, go ahead and take it back. Okay, now when you come down, you want to avoid this pool noodle. So you got to come in, yeah, so you got to come inside like that and drop those hands in, and they won't be able to get out. Because if they get out, you're going to be smacking this with the club head, you're going to smack with your hands. And so an alignment rod on the ground, I'll use one of his to give you a good visual of it, because he's got something right here.
Didn't look like there was room for my hands to go through there.
Yeah, so that's, well, he's got one of these tour rims, so that's kind of the same idea here. Is that, oh, we can actually, dude, he's got every tool, man. I forgot I'm coming over here. It's like coming to Golf Galaxy. It's great. So where's the driver? Right here. I don't know, so the idea, and this is where I would use a foam. Go ahead and put your hands back there. This is where I would have it back a little bit. Because I like the angle, but I would have it farther back and I'd have a pool noodle on it. Because I like the pool noodle to be like, I want to know it's right there. But the idea is that you have this in the ground somewhere about the same angle as your driver here. And the idea is that your hands can't chase too far over the top. Now this, you might be able to get outside with this setup like this. If you go ahead and move slowly through this drill. But this is what you're trying to do, is keep something behind your hands so that they don't get out. So go ahead and work it back slow. As you come back over, come down now. Yeah, tilt and be inside there. So if you go back to the top, now your hands start to come over the top, start to let your hands come around. Yeah, now you come down, you're going to be into this. You're going to get this pool noodle really hard.
Right.
And like I said, I would just scoot this back and get a pool noodle and have that by your hands so you're not breaking too much crap.
Right.
But this is a good one if you don't have someone to hold the pool.
Right.
And I'll put a visual of it when you have a Gmail account. I'll share everything today through Google Drive with you.
Okay.
Like all the different drills that work on things that you're looking for.
Right.
Shoulder tilt, hand path from the downswing. I wouldn't mess with, like I said, I'd mess on your own with your grip and ball position, kind of play with it so you feel like you're getting good contact. But the biggest focus is we need to change the path of the club, and we have to do that through a shoulder tilt in our hands on the way down.
Right.
So I'll load you up with, like, I probably have to find 3 or 4 really good drills for that.
Right.
But this is just a visual of like, hey, a line around there. That one's easy to do on the range all the time. You won't break anything, which is nice.
Right.
If you're over here and you're hitting that thing on frustration, I've got a really good drill that you can do here. this is, you won't hit a ball here because it's gonna feel super crazy. But it's an exaggeration drill. So go ahead and line up there. Now you're gonna feel like in your backswing, this will feel, I use this for backswing a lot, but it'll be good for your downswing. So you're gonna feel like on the backswing, you're gonna go up and over that bag, and on the downswing, you wanna come inside the bag. Now you're not gonna swing hard because it's gonna be impossible, but that's gonna give you the body feel to get there. Yep, so you're a sweeper, so that's gonna be hard for you to probably get over top that bag a little bit.
Well, and I guess what makes it hard is because my shoulders are tilted.
Yeah, I should probably give you a little more room on the inside too to be able to do that.
So in my head, my shoulder's already tilted. I think that's why I bring it inside.
So when we start to do our backswing, we want to feel like this triangle is like that, like we were
Yeah,
picking up,
right.
right? And then you make a really good turn. You have no problem making the rotation.
No, now that makes sense, because I'm trying to keep the tilt to my whole swing.
Yeah, no. So you're going to be tilted like this, even though you're okay. I'm glad you said that. Let me use an alignment on for that visual.
Now it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay tilted to my whole swing
Yeah. So we're
instead of letting my left shoulder go down.
thinking of spine, right? Like I want to be with a driver. I want to be away from my target.
Right.
Like I want to be away from that. Even with my hands forward with an iron, I'm still kind of like this, but I'm leaning probably at 60-40 because I want to make downward spot contact, right?
Right.
So driver, you kind of lean back away from me, your shoulders tilt like this. But I still have to make sure that I rotate and tilt them down. So I'm here.
Right.
Now I want to make sure that I'm going
Yeah, that's what,
underneath, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to just try to stay like this the whole time.
that's what I've been.
I don't want to turn. I want to tilt under.
Yeah, that's what I always do.
Yeah. So that'll feel crazy different for you
That's why
because
it's hard.
you're used to dragging that club to make that big turn. And your shoulders stay
trying to keep
flat.
my left shoulder up.
Yeah, and then so you make this big turn, everything stays flat, and then you just chase it right back down, nice and flat.
Right.
When you're missing
Right.
which is
He does that with his irons too? His iron backswing is the same as his driver backswing, but somehow he can,
I don't know. Whoa, swing with that bag is crazy. Slow, because in case you hit that, I don't know where you're gonna hit that on that shaft. So slow, slow, slow. The idea is to go up and over. That was scary. Up and then this is gonna feel impossible to get to the side here, but the idea is, okay, how am I gonna miss the bag, right? Like, you're not gonna be able to.
No.
Put it out here, give you a little more room. But the idea is just to get your
set up
brain to think.
the aim sticks over here. Oh, did you pull it out already?
I go, Frank's got the line around here somewhere. I go, yeah, he's
No,
got
I
the
got
tool.
the whole like tour aim thing
yeah.
down there with the sticks that kind of come out and then like they
Yep.
come back like this and stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah, I pulled it out.
Oh, okay.
I showed him because I showed him the angle of the aligner around the ground. If you're not able to hold if you're not holding a pool noodle for him,
Yeah,
that thing does the angle
Oh,
for you.
okay.
It's just like this, right? You just put a pool noodle on the end of it
yeah,
and hold it right there and swing underneath.
yeah. That's
Swing
what
that
I
pool
haven't
noodle
really
over.
used that much because I'm afraid I'm gonna snap one of those alignment sticks inside of that thing.
Yeah, I
So
like
that's
to.
what route. And some people said take a pool noodle or get like a
Yeah.
what do you call it? Like pipe wrap.
Yep.
It's,
Same thing.
It's just smaller. It's like thinner. It's like 1/4 inch or whatever.
Yeah, I was telling him I bought like the dollar pool noodle from the dollar stores. They're smaller and cheaper,
Oh,
but they're
okay.
better for the golf drills.
Yeah.
And I just back that up a little farther because that way the pool noodle hangs off a little bit more.
Oh,
The goal,
I
as
see.
long as I have my hands, because I do it with my driver, because I don't want to hit that freaking slice.
Yeah.
So like as long as my hands, which is what he's working on, hand path, as long as my hands aren't getting out away from me,
Yeah.
and that pool noodle allows me to be like, shit, I gotta get underneath them.
Yeah.
I try not to worry about the ball when I'm doing a drill, because it's shitty.
Yeah.
So I try to be like, okay, that's not happening. It's just like my hand path is better, and when I move this thing, I'll hit a good ball. It's getting better. Driver's my killer too, so I feel your brother's pain. I feel Tony's pain. It's not good. Yep, back just like that. Dude, that's a good ball. It's trying so hard to not turn off to the right. It's trying so bad.
Like I said, my right hand's coming right off the club.
Feeling like 'cause it's so far underneath.
Yeah.
You should turn that top hand too, so you feel like you're turning it.
I think what it is it's so far underneath, I feel like when I'm gonna swing, I'm gonna do that.
It won't. Well, you need that. Your
that's
club
what
face is
feels
way
like.
open. Like your face needs to get closed.
Yeah, just that.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna have the best before and after videos for you. It's gonna be so good. Okay, that was, you know, the problem with that? Flat. Shoulder didn't drop, the hands came out.
Is it?
Yeah, I can see it from the front, because you just kind of unwound like a corkscrew. Did you move your lead left foot on that? Like, did it turn on that downswing?
It
Probably.
always, that usually does.
Pops open? You got it flared open, which is good. So you can have it flared open, no big deal. Like that's not an
Yeah,
issue.
I usually end up like this. I'm getting tired now.
Yeah, I mean you're taking a bunch of rips with the driver. It's pretty tiring pretty quick. That's again why I like a bunch of drills where I don't have to swing, because like you only got so many good swings in you before it doesn't
Yeah.
matter anyways, right? Take a backswing and hold it at the top. I'm not even worried about hitting this ball, but I'm thinking about that front side coming undone now. You said that always happens, right? You always spin open.
I'll end up like that.
Okay.
But I think that's because I'm, like you said,
You're
Right.
small, you're trying to square, I think you're squaring everything with your body, right, because that face is open. And so it looks like you're making that turn. So go to that front side of that swing. Cool. Now on the way down, if you start to come down that swing right now, start to hip bump me a little bit, like you're hip bumping, cool. Now let those hands come down. Okay. Now if you can hit a ball feeling like this, where your shoulders are back to the target, like you're hitting that golf ball out to right field, right? So your back is to the target, your hips are kind of sliding, but they're not open yet. They're almost like straight. We haven't got here. We want to feel like that left shoulder is still backward to that target where we're coming in here. That will slow that rotation on the downswing. So part of our hands getting out, that problem is multifaceted, that coming over the top. So yeah, if your hand path is just bad because you're chasing and your shoulders don't tilt,
Right.
your hands are gonna come out.
right.
So if I don't do this, I can't get there. So if my hip, if the downswing is started by this, well then this is gonna feel really weird
Right.
because this is so far open,
Right.
you just feel like you're just gonna chop over and trying to get down there.
Right.
So the idea that this is taking place and the shoulder tilting and the hands are coming down, we wanna feel like our back is to the target longer and those hips are closed into like your ass and back are to the target longer to make this happen more comfortably.
Right.
So if you feel like this is happening, well, this is the killer in our golf
Yeah.
swing. We've opened up so fast.
That's what always happens.
Right. So if you're going to start to work on this part of it here in the downswing, that follow through or impact has to feel very back to the target. Good way to practice that, little half swings with your back to the target. So take that feel of here, you close, you turn, you get your swing, you come down, you're like this, and now I'm very close back to target, and now I can try to hit balls from the inside with my back to the target. And just that little release at the bottom, just here to here. My
Right.
shoulders are tilted, my hip is out, everything is closed. Okay, now how do I get my rest of my body to finish that swing and square up in this position
Right.
instead of here?
Yeah.
That would be something to a feel to go for while you're working on this. Is am I staying backward?
Yeah, I think part of it is I've been swinging so hard for so long. When I try and keep from opening up, it hurts.
Okay.
Well, any different swing motion is gonna be, like
Yeah.
my freaking hips right now, like my right hip from doing like the shorter backswing and trying to get, my right hip is fucking sore as hell.
Lead hip.
My back hip.
Trail hip.
My trail hip is like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the because I'm only coming back like this, and there's something in that move now that's really screwed, really
Yeah.
sore.
Yeah, if you're over here swinging and he's not holding anything for you, just put that on the ground, swing around an object. It can be a ball, it could be a golf basket at a range if you're out there, put a small basket just inside this area here.
Right.
The idea is you want a visual here to go, oh yeah, I'm swinging to right field.
Right.
Like if you're missing right, the idea is you need to swing to the right. So if you're fading him off to the right, we're trying to direct the club more right to stop that. And that will start to turn things back over. Now that's on the ground a little bit, and that could have been club face. Yeah, club face is that there. Where's
Club
all my
face.
where's my info
Right
here?
Club face was
Open.
yeah, open.
And then
Open 12
his
degrees.
club path was just outside. So the club path is
Yeah.
dude, very close to neutral.
Yeah.
So that ball issue is your face angle at that point. So like the path, that's already better. That's why, well, faded like that instead of a pull fade, which you're hitting pull fades. You gotta feel like you're hitting that ball way out to the right, like you're swinging around an object.
Didn't sound good.
No,
What was that?
Check the ball.
Check everything.
Did you hit the hosel?
Open.
That says closed, but.
Oh, yeah, that's
it
what-
might
yeah.
not even have read it.
Oh yeah, it's because it came way from across the top.
Okay.
the hosel.
Yeah, it came from the outside. Dude, this is sweet.
Isn't it? That has a.
Yeah, the fact that you have all that information, I forgot that I have like that available to be like, okay, this is what happened in that swing, try to make that, get those hands back a little bit, they're a little forward on your front thigh. There you go. I know that face looks super closed. It's not.
Hosel again.
Ooh, ooh. Something came loose or something snapped.
Huh? I got broken.
Oh, yeah.
What did you hit, inside of the club?
Did you break?
Yeah, where did you hit that,
Broke the head.
yeah, way on the backside, where'd that thing hit?
Let's see it. Might be able to see it if you, here, give me the remote there.
Oh, I was like, yeah, look
Give me
where the
that.
thing, look where the thing broke.
Oops. Give me that there. Where'd it break?
Back here.
That just, he must have hit it right off.
Right on the
hosel.
hosel? Or on the inside of the heel really hard and it cracked it right there? Oh, right up the, yeah, right where they put that like crown, that titanium like top. Cause like
Oh, you know.
that club will be like metal right through here. So it's split along the fiberglass along the top of the metal there.
So you can go like this, we'll be able to see it over here. Get the cursor over here.
Must have just been, whoa, yeah, do that. Oh yeah, did you see that club face? It's facing the ceiling. Right there. See the two shiny parts of the top of his face? Right, that's his toe and heel.
Oh,
Those two lines, right? So
Oh,
he
yeah.
came in,
like that?
hit the ball. He hit the ball here. I
Oh,
think.
jeez.
Because it came in like this.
Got another driver over here if you wanna hit it.
I think I'm about done anyways.
He's made about 1 million swings.
Yeah, well, he got here a half hour before you too, was probably.
Oh, really?
1.5 million.
Well, it's good to be swinging. Yep. Elbow in. I just have so many. It's just like I roll it down. You can pinch that elbow with a head cover here, and take those little swings and just feel this the entire time and hold that elbow against your body and just make little swings where you get comfortable with this. So this will feel. Yeah. You go up to the top of your swing and want to chase down.
Right.
And that just comes out. It's like, oh, don't do that. I'll put a bunch of little videos in there. Best one though is the Frank, or if you can get a alignment rod to have your hands right behind your hands. It's set up. Again, I can track that video down too for you and put it on the lesson. Because the idea the hands have to stay closer. It's a good ball. Off a tee?
Freaking tall tee too.
It feels like that club is wide open.
That one was for sure wide open. I've never seen
No,
that one's
that was
not bad.
closed.
Is it? It looks like it's leaning back a little bit. Yeah.
Face angle right. I mean, it's pretty close to square actually. 1.4. That's not, you know, think about
Well, you're hitting,
360 degrees in a frickin' circle. He's only 1 degree open.
and he's hitting up off a tee too.
Yeah.
So that's probably why the face looks so high.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got to remember that camera's up on there. It's up on that launch.
Oh
monitor.
yeah, so it's seeing.
So it's kind of seeing down. It might not be like it's not directly over the
Yeah.
top. That's for sure.
Well, but so even that ball just slightly from the outside and slightly open, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, just hit. What do you hit? A push? Yeah, a little tiny push fade.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, a little baby push fade. The spin number is really, really solid for us. Is that a hybrid? It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 3-wood or
That's a
something.
3-wood here.
Spun out on that one. Think about your feet being in cement. So you don't spin
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, back to the target. You feel like you're backwards when you're hitting the golf ball is a good way to think about it. Or I used to make a lot of people just try to hit softball players. I have softball girls that I work with, and all they wanted to do was just freaking stay behind everything and just uncork.
Right.
And so they would do that, and then the same thing would happen. That club would get outside, and their hands would come across. So I'd have them stand there and hit golf balls where they wanted their chest and belt buckle to feel like everything was aligned when they were hitting the ball. So they were hitting everything, feeling like they were jammed up almost.
Right.
Like everything's pointing at the ball when I hit it. And then they could release and do that. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't slow down. They'd be like, we were trying to be inside of like 30 degrees open, and they were like 54 degrees open at impact. And I'm like, dudes,
Yeah.
you're never gonna hit a golf ball. You can probably smash softballs, but I can't. You gotta slow that down.
I mean, bad result, but that's better.
Oh, you're gonna have a ton of bad results.
I mean,
That's
I
the
think you're
first thing you gotta like
6 degrees
digest.
inside out when you do that.
Yeah, that's the first thing you want to like understand is like, okay, this is gonna suck for a minute. Like, not gonna go well. I used to yell at Frank all the time. He'd be like, yeah, we're working on this, but my league. And I'm like,
I
what?
told him that last
I'm
night.
like, dude, you can't be in the middle of a league and then be like, I can't make those changes right now.
Yeah, that's what I told you.
Making changes while you can't make changes. I'm like, come on,
I
man.
told him that last night. I go,
Ooh, that was the ball.
I said previous,
That's my normal swing.
previous,
Yeah, pull the club face, pull
Yeah.
the club across with the club face closed and it pull fades. But like your side's like, your side spin's 417. The ball couldn't be better hit. Like it's a perfect golf ball. I don't know what was your backspin there. Yeah, dude, that's a
4100.
fantastic golf. It was fantastic golf.
3-wood.
Yeah, those are great. I wish I could hit a 3-wood. Like I suck. I don't even carry a 3-wood. I hate my 3-wood. I never hit it.
But should he be trying to swing that 3-wood the same as you're trying to teach him how to hit the driver?
Yeah, I mean,
Relatively.
because anytime that path says 6 degrees from the outside, I assume it's the same
Just
thing.
Draw. Draw to the center.
Yeah, look at the club path. He just changed it 12 degrees. He went from the outside to the inside, 6 degrees out to 6 degrees. Whatever thought you just had, that is fantastic. So while you're trying to learn hitting a draw more consistently in club path, if you're over here, that number anywhere towards an 8, beautiful. It's excessive, but like you have to do that first
Yeah.
before you can get to a 4. That 6-9 is beautiful. Face open, push. It tried to maybe come back a little. Oh, it came out low. It came back. Yeah, 2100 backside. It kind of came out
Yeah,
low.
and the side spin was negative 700, so
Yeah.
that's going to bring it back.
Yeah, it was a little. Yeah, 700. Stay over there, stay over there. Go back. So when you sit down and you're like this club face is way open to the right. Square. I know you're like, no way this is closed, but like that thing is open. Cooked. What's the number?
Inside.
You were super close. You were inside a couple degrees, and the face was slightly open. It was actually a really good ball. Side spin's a little high. Push it. Push it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you just want that path, for your knowledge, since you're over here. This number needs to be larger than this number from the same angle, so from the right. So like an 8:4 ratio, a 2-to-1 ratio is ideal. So if this is 2 degrees open, you want that 1 degree open. If this is 4 degrees from the inside, you want 2 degree open face.
Pushed it again.
Yep, that's just the face
What
being open.
creates the side spin?
That ratio between the two.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, oh yeah.
See, that's my big problem right now with my irons. Is I got,
And then also contact on the face, right? You come off the toe and it's more of a
Okay.
draw spin, heels more.
But if you hit it in the center of the club face, you're
That's-
saying it's the difference between those two numbers.
Yeah, because you essentially like I like to think about it like a ping pong ball, right? Like that ping pong ball comes over the table and I want to draw a top spin on it, and I can get like that. Well, if I really do that from the inside, that ball's going to and cut. Right? All that side spin comes from your angle, so you'll lose that vertical angle of attack because you're probably sweeping from the inside, getting these big hooks. Off the toe, push.
Tried to get way inside.
Way off the top.
You were way inside, but your face was wide open. So that will happen. Like you're going to be working on this, but your hands haven't figured out how to square yet.
Well, I moved it up in my stance too.
Okay, well that's way excessive, but that's the right idea. And then that's going to happen because you're like your body's going, what just happened? Everything's different. We're in a different spot. And then you got good, a little high side spin. Side spin should be trying to be like right around 500, like every club. Dude, yeah. You hit that ball as far as you hit a driver.
Yeah.
So that was, I mean,
I've
neutral,
been doing that for a while.
neutral path, neutral face, side spin's 444. Little thing that came off low, just a touch. Launched it a little low because it came off low, but I mean, that ball was cooked. Was that your 3-wood you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then your backspin's lower than your driver typically, so you get some nice roll out there. You also didn't have the New York come out of the sky too far. Good smash factor, good high number. Club head, club speed's 97 miles an hour.
Just looks
You gotta have the right clubs. I'm telling you, if you think you're swinging slower than that, but you're not, you're gonna be hurting. It's a great ball. 94 miles an hour, and you've hit 100 golf balls. You can't have too whippy of a shaft in there, or you're gonna be in trouble.
Well, what's that shaft?
I don't know what he's got in there.
What was his driver? Had to be stiff, right?
It needs to be stiff.
But what was it?
I don't know. I couldn't find it out there.
It's right there.
It says 59 grams, but I couldn't find a reading of like extra stiff. It looks like, is it cut down?
I don't think so.
No, just. You're kind of. How tall are you?
6'1".
Yeah.
No, 5'10".
Yeah, it just says F3, and I don't know what that is in the.
I think probably.
Well, this is the helium shaft. This is. Hold on, I've got to do some researching for my own good now.
I bought that off Pete. I was hoping Scott brought that pin driver, but I don't see it.
On his bag?
No, he's got the
The G.
Got that King Cobra F6, F7.
Let's see. Ugh. F3, I believe this is just a regular flex. I need to go to their website to see their actual layout. I'm just looking at an eBay thing right now. Oh, here it is. But yeah, I don't swing fast enough for an extra stiff shaft, but I try to knock my spin numbers down in my launch. So I use an extra stiff shaft, and I'm swinging probably just fast enough for a stiff shaft, maybe. So heavier and stiffer is always a good option with a driver, especially if you're having crazy spin numbers. You'll have way more control of it. It'll feel better if you like the feeling of something heavier in your hands to control. You'll like the feel of that a lot better. Since you may be in the market for a new driver,
You might be able to send that one back and get a new one.
you might. You'd be like, yeah. I don't know. You tell me you hit something.
I think that's a Cobra driver. Yeah, I think.
Email?
Yeah, take pictures of it and email like customer support.
Yeah, and tell them, say don't tell them you hit the bottom of the thing. Say I hit a golf ball off a tee. I was playing at my buddy's house on a sim, and I hit a golf ball off the tee, and I heard this rattling, and the back of my club is cracked. Because they're going to assume it cracked off the crown here, because they don't know. Like, they're going to think the crown and the graphite separated probably, and it cracked. They're not going to know how it cracked in the back. They're not going to expect a golf ball to hit there. So
Right.
you can get away with being like, what the hell happened?
Right.
And they might send me a brand new one. But I would say, dude, go to a PGA Superstore. Go to a stiff shaft for sure. Yeah, and this is like 65 gram stiff, and you'll like the weight of it because you're probably like me, a heavier iron feels
What's
better.
mine? Grab my Titleist out of that bag. See what it is. I know it's stiff.
This is a 60 gram low spin. Yeah, this is what is it 6.0? Yeah, stiff. So like just swing what Frank has. Just swing his club.
Just don't break it.
But this is, yeah, this should feel heavier and stiffer for sure for you. It won't feel probably as whippy at the bottom, which just creates so much launch and spin. You don't want that. He said, all right, let's give it a swing.
Why not?
Why not?
When we went to Scottsdale, we went to the Second Swing Golf over there.
What's it called?
Second Swing Golf.
Oh, yeah, they have a huge one off the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a giant store over
And
there.
then we went to the PGA Superstore too. And
PGA
I was hitting clubs. I actually hit the next version up, Titleist, because I was like, well, if I can get it,
Spins 3,000, the ball carrier 225. Get the right shaft, man. I promise you get a better shaft. Like you just hit it. You just
still
hit,
outside in.
Yeah, your back spins down low. Yeah, and you came from the outside. Your club is 94. You need a stiff shaft.
Yeah, I went there, hit the next model up. They had a pretty good deal on it, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say. It was like $230. And I was gonna, I figured if I could get $100 for this one, then I could get a new one for $100 or $150, I'd do it. But they were only gonna give me $50 for that club, and I'm like, well, I'm not hitting it that much better than my club, so I ain't gonna spend the money on it.
Yeah. I said, well, and out there, like, dude, do you go there often, Scottsdale, or is it your first time?
No, that was the first time. Well, we
It's so
actually stayed in
sweet though, isn't it?
Phoenix.
It's so nice out there.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's so.
We went the
nice.
right time of the year too.
Oh yeah, you get all the mountains are beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
you can golf all day. It's so nice.
That's-
Yeah, if you ever go there again, that's when you want to sell all your shit because there's so many golfers out there. Just put your stuff online. Like if you're like, hey, I'm not trying to get rich off my used product, but
222.
you hit the ground and you hit that one 220. Dude, get the right shaft. I'm telling you.
Gotta get a different head first.
Well, yeah, that's gonna be so.
Gonna start the season without a driver.
So if you are just looking at like random stuff on the internet, you don't want to go pay $600 for a new driver. One, I don't blame you. But take my number and send me the shit because the heads spin different. So if you go with like you want a low spinning head, but that's gonna be harder to hit, right? You have to hit the center more. It's like a tour head.
You might be able to find that club right there you got
Yeah.
in your hand on Facebook Marketplace.
So there's all kinds of.
Yeah, that's like 3 models old.
Oh, the TSs, yeah, that's what I had. The TS2, TS3.
Yeah, and after that came the
TSIs, and then the
TSIs, then the TRs, and now they're up to the GT. So that's
Yeah, they got
3 or 4 models old.
Yeah, which makes it like 6 years old, which, whatever, the technology's still really good,
Yeah,
especially for us.
Yeah, what do we
At
care?
home, I've got,
And I got
here, my
if you find one that doesn't have the right shaft, I've got that.
I got a Cobra F7 at home.
Okay.
No, that's not this one. This is a ping shaft. This here's a Titleist shaft though, and that's the same thing. It's a stiff shaft.
Titleist tip on the end, tipped?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is same idea here. Big thing is like your spin numbers. Like I know you hit the ground a couple times or whatever, but your spin numbers never were 5,000 again. Like that never was a thing. And if your big concern is, hey, I need more distance, you gotta have the right equipment in your hand. I know I'm not even selling equipment, sales is a sales pitch, but that's what it is.
Dude,
Like, the equipment
don't
makes
get me
a
started.
it makes a big difference in
He
the
was
things that you're
gifted a
getting.
driver fitting at Golf Tech.
Yeah, you're supposed to probably
Never
see me
used
there.
it.
You're probably supposed to see me.
Yeah, well,
I could have told you
I'm
this.
the one who told him to get it.
Yeah.
I still have the card. I never used it.
Go in there. You don't,
Yeah, but
You don't
he's,
have to buy
you don't
them.
need a driver fitting now, he needs a driver.
no, you need a driver and you just need a stiffer, heavier shaft. And honestly, if you go into somewhere you're looking, you just want to launch the ball like 12 to 15 degrees and right around 2,000 backspin. You can do your own fitting. Just get the combination that fits that, and
Right.
you'll be fine. Some of the club like I use the G430. It's super forgiving because I used to not be able to get off the tee box, but it spins like a son of a bitch. So that's why I have a super heavy shaft, super stiff shaft. Because I was like, well, I'm gonna get it to spin from the face. I need to knock it down with the shaft somewhere.
I think Scott, that when you sold him was the 410, right?
But,
Pink.
G410s or 425s. They had them.
No,
I
that
don't
was
think
series.
so. But I got this ping shaft too. What is this?
Is this their shaft?
It's a ping shaft.
Stiff 55, so it's a little lighter. Like this is probably as light as
I
yours,
got
but
that
stiffer.
because one of Cole's buddies cracked his the head. And I was like, do you want it? He goes, no. And I go, well, I'll fucking just take this off there then.
Yeah, you can find a stiff shaft at 70 grams, and that again, your thing is spin. Part of that is a problem because you come over the top,
Right.
and that's your angle of attack is down on the ball, so the ball
Right.
spins a shit ton.
Right.
Okay, well we can lower that by fixing the swing, yes. We can also lower that with equipment too, and you can attack it from both sides. And like I said, part of that is feel. So if you go in, you're like, hey, I know I need a stiff shaft and I want it to be between 60 and 70 grams, then you just start testing. Hey, this feels, I like the weight of this. Hit some golf balls, they're going 1800 spin. Dude, the thing's gonna be perfect. Like, that's fine.
Right.
So yeah, I would say a stiff shaft between 60 and 70 grams to feel.
How much are you gonna pay for a shaft?
You don't have to pay a lot. There's
$75?
Yeah, $7,500.
Yeah, but you could
You
probably
don't
get-
have to go get a $400 shaft. You don't
You
have
could
to.
probably get that club right there that you just hit for $100.
Oh yeah.
$150 tops.
Facebook Marketplace and just look for.
That's the TS2.
Yeah, so the TS1 is going to be their most forgiving model. It's going to have the biggest MOI on the face, means you can miss more and you'll still get, it won't spray as much,
Right.
but your spin is higher off that club. So you're fighting spin, so it's like, well, if I go with the most forgiving, it's going to spin more. Now I probably need 70 gram shaft and something stiff to really knock it down. Go with something a little less forgiving. You don't hit a bad golf ball. Things are going to suck for a minute because you're changing your path, but like you don't hit a bad golf ball.
Right.
Okay, you have a little more leeway with the shaft probably because the spin numbers will come down.
Right.
But you just want to know what you're looking at.
Right.
The more tour pro you get, the spin is lower, yeah, but like it's so hard to hit the fucking sweet spot, like it sucks. And then you're playing bulge and roll, and that you don't want to do all that.
Next, a buddy of mine, I think he had either the TS3 or the TS4, was gonna give me a good deal on it, but I couldn't hit it.
You don't want to hit, yeah. That's what Tim, when I was working at Golf Tech, he wanted it. I'm like, dude, why? Like, yeah, he's swing out of his shoes, so he needs low spin. But I'm like, the fucking, you got to hit it, dude, perfect, and we're not that good. So
Yeah.
like, get something forgiving and swing softer.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't get himself to do that.
Yeah, but I would definitely send that, I would get a hold of customer service at Cobra and take some pictures.
Yeah.
Actually, I think, talk to John, because I think John, oh no, that was Puma. John had a good luck Puma. Actually, but you might wanna ask him. John sent a club back one time, I think, and got, but I don't know if that was Cobra Club. But most of them will do
What,
it.
how many, like, how old is that? I don't even know what
He
series
bought
that
it
is.
used.
I bought it from
I'm
Pete,
not sure,
and I don't know where Pete got it.
I don't know, you'd have to ask him.
Yeah, they may replace it. They may give you a credit. They may say, hey, we can't replace it, but here's $50 towards a new Cobra or something. Like, okay, sweet, whatever. I
Right.
would get whatever I can get out of the company.
Yeah, I'll take pictures of it and email somebody.
Yeah, and then just be like, I hit it off a simulator, and all of a sudden I heard shit rattling. I don't know what happened.
Right.
Don't be like, hey, I healed the piss out of it.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't tell them that.
Well, I can't imagine that they would expect. You know,
I
just
used
say,
to see so many things coming
I'm a
through
10
Golf Tech
handicap.
though that were like,
Let's say I'm a 10 handicap and, you know, blah, blah, blah.
yeah, like, I don't know what happened. How much did you pay me here?
100?
No, $80. I gotta owe you a refund. $80.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm doing half hours at 50 and hours at 80.
Oh,
I think you
good.
paid me 90 when you
I did.
Venmoed me, so yeah,
Yeah.
shoot you $10.
All right, cool.
part of that is I get a lot of people at school that are like, hey, did you do lessons? And I'm like, yeah, because it's, everyone there's like, you're a golfer? I need some lessons. I'm like, okay,
Exactly.
cool, I can do that, but like, then I'm like, how much you charge? And I'm like, I told them it was like $90 for the hour. They're teachers, they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well,
Well, honestly, I haven't told him yesterday. He goes, how much is it? I go, it's 90. And then I think, what is it, 50 for a half hour or something?
Yeah,
I
probably
go,
50
I said, I
maybe,
think
a
it's
little more of a
pricey, but I said he's good. So I mean,
yeah, dude, now I'm gonna get you, oh, what's your email? I need your email so I can get all this info sent over to you.
ARO.
Actually, let me get your phone number and then I'll do it that way.
810.
Yep.
614 4083.
Sweet. Yeah, I do wear my new PGA member hat.
I like
was
it.
I gotta wear that.
I like
It
that.
flex a little bit and have this out. I was like, I'm gonna start wearing this everywhere.
you going to the show next weekend? Michigan Golf Show?
I didn't
No.
even know it was in town. I haven't been paying attention.
Oh,
to anything.
yeah, it's next
Eighth
weekend.
graders. Eighth graders learning latitude has been my big thing right
Oh.
now, which is a lot of fun. No, they just called. Actually, the Michigan PGA meeting is on the 10th, and typically they
Well, that's
didn't.
Monday.
So the guy calls me. I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "Are you registered to go to the show or to the meeting?" And I'm like, "No, usually associates don't go." Like, no.
Yeah,
He's like, "Well, we're trying to reach out and get more associates to come." Blah blah. I'm like, when is it? Monday the 10th.
Monday at 8 a.m.
Dude, it is. It's like a Monday 8 to 3:30, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that couldn't be more of my school schedule. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. Like, but I haven't told anyone at the PGA that I'm not teaching golf. So like, I don't know what they do to your card at that point.
Oh.
I don't know if I can continue schooling. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna wait until the dues aren't due I think until June 1st, which is just after the PGA Championship, and I just submitted my tickets for Saturday and Sunday to go to Quail Hollow.
Oh, you're trying to get them?
Yeah, so I can't go to anything else as a PGA member except, well, as a PGA associate, except the PGA Championship. Everything else you gotta be a PGA member.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm like, fuck. Well, I was like, maybe I can grab my wife and we can drive down to Carolina. We'll skip school Friday, so we'll get up early Friday.
You know who might be going to that? Is that North Carolina?
North
I
Carolina.
think Mike might be
Is
going
that
to
North,
that.
South Carolina? It was one of those Carolinas.
Okay.
And I was like, maybe I'll just grab her Friday morning. We'll get up real early. We'll drive down, kind of waste Friday in the car, whatever. Who gives a shit? We'll go out and grab dinner when we get there. Saturday, we'll go to we'll go to the festivities and see the golf course, whatever. And then Saturday night, we'll go out.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I can watch them finish the PGA Championship, and then we'll wake up Monday and drive home. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll surprise her with that. I'll make it a vacation with a little bit of golf mixed in. But the golf is, they're going to give me the tickets, so that's cool. It's free. I don't have to worry about that, but I'll go down and make some accommodations.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, so,
I have to dig through my old drivers and see what I got at home.
send me pictures. I forgot to say your number. Send me pictures, send me
Oh,
shaft
Cole
information.
might have an extra one in his bag.
I know my
Oh, you
Cobra.
got a bunch?
I don't think I gave my Cobra to my son.
Sure he ain't using it.
Actually, I think it's still in the garage, so
This is Cole. What is Cole using?
I got the,
The old TaylorMade Jet Speed.
I got the,
I don't even know where the hell he got that.
I got the silver Cobra that I used to hit.
Well, like Jeff just said, but the most important thing is what the shafts that are on them.
Yeah,
Even if
send me a
it's-
picture of your shaft, what you
Even
got
if
going
it's
on
not the
there.
best head.
I'm sure they're all gonna be.
Well, you might be able to take them to Golf Galaxy and just have them re-tipped. Like, hey, I need a Titleist tip put on this TaylorMade shaft. Because that's the killer, right? Is the tip that's on the fill of the clubs. They might
Did you
go
look at that, what was on that pin shaft there, the one that's on the back of the rack? Yeah, right
It
there.
was, I think it was 55 stiff, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, 55 stiff.
So you can have that if you want it, if you
So-
don't want, you just need a stiff shaft.
Yeah, and then you go out and get the G430 10K, or the G430 from
Well,
2
he
years
said
ago.
he said he's got clubs in the basement, so I'm just saying if he
Yeah,
just wants to
I won't-
use one he's already got.
Yeah, if you have
I won't
a,
have a ping, but if Scott brings that ping that he's
No,
got.
well, I'm saying is he's saying you can take that in and just get it re-tipped for
and
whatever
they-
brand
yeah,
you
this
have.
is
That's for a ping.
a pink shaft. They may be able to re-tip it for you anyways though, just even though it's made through them, just if you want a new tip put on it. They might be able to take that off and put them on, because I know they sell the adapters.
I think the club that Scott's got, the ping I sold him, that's got a stiff shaft in it.
Does it?
That's all I've ever played.
Yeah, you'll be much happier with a stiffer shaft in there for sure.
Does he play Wednesday?
I don't know, you have to look at there, I can't see that without my glasses on.
I'm back here on Wednesday, subbing for somebody. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. I have my
I doubt it.
X Golf Championship.
He's
tomorrow.
probably a Friday only guy.
Yeah, Grant, Tim.
What do you got?
My X-Golf championship tomorrow.
Oh,
You know, ooh, I'll use a glove.
you could move that shit so it's not in your way.
I know, I'm just checking with you out there. I had a buddy, actually Tim, one of Tim's students. Oh, Jared, he plays in our league. He was like, you wanna play in this X-Golf league? I'm like, yeah, I guess. Like 10 weeks over the winter. And I'd never played one before. And it's pretty cool, because everything's juiced, man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I hit my driver like 290,
Oh.
like average. I'm like, I don't hit a driver 290.
Yeah,
I hit like 260 maybe.
Right.
And they're just like, I'm just pumping driver. I'm like, well, I did change some things. I haven't been outside yet, but I don't think it's going this well. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
this
yeah,
good. And it was just cooking the golf ball. And then, yeah, I hit like, I carried a 7-iron like 204 yards or
Oh,
something one day.
jeez.
Like, this is so much farther than I would ever hit a golf ball in my entire,
Right.
like, so it makes it really tough because you go to chip something 50 yards, and I'm like, well, that feel is gone because my 50-yard chip with my, I know, 58-degree wedge, 50-yard chip is right in here.
Yeah.
I know that. I do it all the time. 85 yards. I'm
Right.
like, how am I gonna chip when I hit? You know, I'm hitting this
When you
drive.
get back outside.
Well, when I hit this drive, you know, on the simulator, I hit a drive, and you're like, okay, well now I'm way closer than I ever was before because I'm never hitting it 290. So now I'm hitting this wedge. Okay, well, the 70-yard shot that I normally hit isn't my 70-yard shot.
Yeah.
So like, you're like, how the fuck do you play golf in this thing?
Yeah,
Like, it's
right.
miserable.
Yeah, yeah.
Some weeks it's perfect, and you're like, okay, I got a feel for it. And then some weeks you're just
It's like
like,
you're playing at 5,000 elevation or something.
yeah, you hit a ball, and you're like, oh, that's gonna be good. And then you're like, oh, never mind, it was 23 yards deep with a 58-degree wedge. You know, a full swing, right? It's 105 yards in. I'm like, this is I know it's a full swing 58. I know it. 123 over the back.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not right. That is not right. And my buddy was like, yeah, it was downhill. I'm like, a yard. A yard is
Yeah.
downhill. Like 3 feet is not
Yeah, I
making
love
that
people
happen.
that try to justify like, no, there was wind.
Yeah,
There was a
this
5
thing-
mile an hour wind you didn't see.
Yeah, I'm like, we're not playing on a track, man, dude. This thing is off. I don't hit 290-yard drives. And neither do you. My buddy's hitting 300 yards. I'm like,
Yeah.
neither do you, so knock it off. This is like golfing in Arizona, looking out of the mountains.
Yeah, yeah.
So where'd you guys play when you were out there?
Place- The best one we played was called the 500 Club.
500 clubs out there, yeah.
Freaking awesome.
The girls' golf team used to play there. His brother had, I can't remember what high school it was.
They used it as a qualifying course for the whatever
Yeah.
TBC Scottsdale.
Yeah,
Deal.
it's sweet.
You can move the whole thing.
They man, we gotta go out to the orchards this summer.
Yeah.
I've never been out there, and I live right down the road. I live.
Yeah.
It's right between us, right? Or is it
No, it's west of here.
west of here, right? Yeah, I haven't been out there yet, and it's supposed to be nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I know it's expensive, but I'll just.
You want to try to get out there during the week if you can.
Oh, I'll be off all summer, so yeah, I'll be Tuesday afternoons.
Okay, yeah. I'm your man.
And I'll try to.
I get senior rates out there.
I'm gonna try to.
Seniors
I'm gonna
start
try
at
to.
55.
I try not to be like a loser and be like, so PGA? Like, I try not to do that, but
Oh.
when it's like an expensive round, I'm like, do you guys do anything? Can I get a discount or at all?
Yeah.
And a lot of times when I was in Arizona, they were like, yeah, your buddy just has to pay the cart fee. Like, you're free and he just has to pay for the cart. And I'm like, oh, sweet. And then
Nice.
yeah, so if we get out there and they give us,
All right.
maybe they'll give us a deal out there.
Nice. Yeah, I'm your man. I'm always looking for people that can get out during the week.
Yeah, oh, so all summer long, dude, my kid will be at daycare a couple days, my wife will just be sitting at home reading, doing nothing. She'll be thrilled. She'll be like, get out of the house. I made it. What other courses around here that are,
Sure,
you,
Creek's
you
right
play,
down the road.
you play probably more golf than I do in terms of like getting out.
No, I really don't. I play my league, and then because all my buddies are still working,
Yeah,
you know, during the summer, like I don't really like to play by myself. That's just boring to me.
yeah.
Like I just don't. I don't even concentrate very well when I'm by myself. Well, Rattle Run we played last year. That's a lot of fun.
Rattle Run is great.
That's on the other side of you. Pine Valley's right
Rattle
up
Run
the
I feel
road.
like is like my home course.
Pine
Like, I
Valley's right up here at 32 and
never played it. Is it
31
nice?
and yeah. Well, I mean it's pretty wide open, but it's nice.
That's my kind of course.
27 holes.
Isn't it the sister course to Cherry Creek?
I don't know if it's owned by the same people. Greystone.
Oh, Greystone's one of my favorites. I like
Yeah,
Greystone.
we played there. Remember, it was really shitty when we played, but
Well, cause I'm looking at his club path and it's 14.9 out to in.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's left.
Because.
Go down on the left, here, give me the controller right here.
Thinking he's left or right
Yeah, I
handed.
think you're right-handed.
I'm probably still away from the inside and I shouldn't be. That's my problem is I'll overhook the ball because I come from the inside so much because
Okay,
I have enough of my own golf problems, but I don't rotate very well, so I take the club inside very fast. Then I get in here, I stand up, lose my posture, my hands come in, I flip from the inside, and
I had a
it's
200-yard 7-iron.
safe to draw.
I don't know if I have to click that every time or not, but
That was thin and left. Come back.
it is.
Club path 8, I'll take it. That's where I need to be. They had me switching over to like a more neutral club path at Golf Tech, and it was starting to create fades and contact issues, like chunking. It was so frustrating. Also, I feel like I stand very open or close to the ball, close to the target. Like just the way I align, the way I see the lines, I feel like I'm always aimed left. So it doesn't help my path issues being very inside. I felt like close face too.
No, I thought your face was pretty square.
Yeah,
2 degrees.
one's inside, but with a very close face. I guess close to my path is what I meant.
Oh.
Like it should have been a little more open.
We were looking at the camera with the club going.
It is.
Better. Open coming back, yeah. Still a lot of side spin. Yeah.
First lefty to hit here.
On. Alright, let's fix that. Was that path 8 degrees? 9? 2 degrees coming up.
See, I feel like too, if you get two inside or 2 outside, that creates a lot of side spin too, right?
Oh yeah. That's why those are going 200 yards, because they're freaking banana hooking on that draw spin. They don't need to do that. Then they don't go very high, they don't have a lot of backspin either.
That's what I was doing in our league yesterday. As I was hitting the ball a mile, but fucking side spin on it was fucking making it hook.
That felt way better. Still going right? Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little. That's a little draw.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not bitching about that. If I'm on the golf course hitting that, I won't complain.
Yeah. Thank you. So I'll slap you.
No, dude. When I go out and golf now, I'm like, I practice. This is the most practice I put in a week. So like my expectations are so low, especially my short game. I miss like every putt now. I'm like, yeah, well, when's the last time you putted?
Yeah.
Last time you played golf. Good.
All right, guys, gotta leave.
All right, we're out of here. Yeah, I got 2 more lessons today, dude. I'm
Oh,
booked.
do you really? Where do you give lessons when you're not here?
This lady and her husband have a simulator in their in his like shop office. So I gotta go there and do that now.
Nice.
Well, what time is it? Any time you want to go home?
Um,
12, I'm gonna be there till 2. She's in Clinton, so I got a little bit of time. Go home and have some lunch, and then back on the road.
Nice gig.
It's not too bad. It's not my Saturday, but whatever.
76 grams low spin.
76? That fucker's like a 2x4. Swing that thing.
That's weird.
That's Scott's.
It's another
I guess
hazardous.
Yeah, stiff, super heavy. Hit it. I bet your spin's about 15 to 1800. If maybe.
How big that freaking head is, I like that.
Yeah, well, I gotta see it. I gotta see it now. Which is it? Which tee is it? There's a blue one, isn't
Right
there?
over here, you picked it up and set it behind your water.
I got crap. I'm moving all your stuff for you. Thank you're welcome.
No problem.
It's all over.
Move it back later.
Let me get one.
Yeah, so actually today I got to call and see if I can start scheduling our events. Square, yeah, that's good. Hands back a little bit, and yeah, there you go.
250.
Backspin to 1900. Get the right club in your hand, sir.
Bet you wishing you would have got your driver fitting a year ago when you got your death certificate. Little brother's been telling him for a year, go
Two-
get the fucking thing done.
257 side spin's perfect, back spin's
You know what he said?
perfect.
I wanna wait till I'm hitting my driver
Launch
better
angle's
before I
great.
go get fitted.
Best golf ball you hit all day, dude. And it was from, well, I don't know, it's backwards now, but it,
Yeah, that sucks, I wish I would've put it forward.
you know, I can tell you right now, the club face was open just a touch, and your path was from the inside because your ball started to the right and drew to the left. So your path was probably, I don't know how open do you think that face was? If your path,
Not very.
if the face was 2 degrees open, that path was probably 5 degrees from the inside, 6 degrees from the inside.
Yeah,
Couldn't beat it.
Get on the marketplace.
That's the jam. Yeah, I will. I got your phone number, so I sent you my name.
I sent you my email.
Perfect, dude. Give me like a day to get all that figured
No
out.
worries,
Yeah, I say I'm still not an expert with the program that I downloaded, but
no worries.
and then I will upload it for you. And
I'll have to go through, maybe I'll reach out to Scott and see if he'll bring that thing. He said he was gonna drop it by here
dude, this is sweet.
Probably just keeps forgetting.
3 or 4 times. He's like, yep, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna take it. I'm like, don't make a special trip.
Well, might wanna let him make a special
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah, that was
Probably
so.
comes by here on the way home from work or something, so it wouldn't be that way.
Dude, it was a pleasure meeting you for sure. And dude, like I said, I'm glad I could just kind of guide you for like now that now that you got to replace your driver.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, and how'd that feel in your hands weight wise? It's heavy. That's heavy. 76 grams is a big. That's like too heavy.
It's got a big head on it too, a lot bigger than that one.
No, it feels good though.
But that's what my 3-wood is, same model.
So yeah, if you're
Yeah, like Cobra F7.
if you're getting any pictures or someone's trying to hand down a club or you're picking up, or you're looking at stuff you're gonna pick up, maybe possibly used or whatever,
F8.
regardless of what it is, just send me a picture and let me know. Because I'll try to guide you in the right direction before you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna jump on this club. It's a good deal. It might not be something that fits for you.
Right.
But just let me know, and I'll take a look and get the data that I can, and make sure you're not swinging something that's making your game worse.